It was a stunning turn of events in the disappearance and death of a local banker. Just how did Macomb County medical examiner Daniel Spitz fail to find the gunshot wound and bullet lodged in the lung of David Widlak? Action News investigator Bill Proctor joins us with the exclusive report. And what have you uncovered, Bill?
Diana, there's a showdown set for tomorrow morning as Daniel Spitz will be on the hot seat answering questions about that autopsy. And it's not the first time his work has come under fire. More than 2 years ago, Action News looked into the death of 25-year-old Rob Simpson. In that case, Spitz ruled it a suicide. When he died, the only other person with Simpson was 65-year-old preacher Buck Winchester, who called 911.
911.
Yes, ma'am. This is Reverend Winchester. Guy come in here, and we having a few beers, and he just shot himself. And I think he's dead.
Winchester, who has a history of violence and drunk driving, according to police reports, also had a tense relationship with Simpson, according to family members. In fact, the very night of his death, the men argued at a family gathering. So when Spitz declared the death a suicide, Simpson's relatives simply didn't buy it.
Robbie was a big baby. There's no way he would do something like that. He wouldn't have done it because of Jenna. There's just no way. He loved that little girl.
Our dad wasn't very much a part of our lives, his mostly, and he was never going to do that to his daughter.
The autopsy case reports were reviewed by Assistant Oakland County Medical Examiner Kanu Virani. He strongly disagreed with Spitz's conclusion that it was a suicide.
The investigation should have been done a little better to rule out that second person, because a lot of so-called execution kind of murder are contact gunshot wounds.
Some of the questions Virani raised include why Spitz failed to check for gun residue on Simpson's hands. There was also the fact that the gun Simpson allegedly used to kill himself belonged to Winchester.
I think he's dead. He just pulled down, shot himself.
That in and of itself does not mean that he murdered another individual.
As a result of Simpson's family raising these questions, the Michigan State Police started their own investigation, which is at this point ongoing. But tomorrow, the Macomb County Commissioners will question Spitz about the Widlak case. After that autopsy, Spitz concluded there was no blunt force trauma to Widlak's body, adding that the cause of death is undetermined. That's the same conclusion the Macomb County Sheriff came to before the autopsy.
There were no apparent obvious signs of trauma that we were able to make a determination on.
Did Spitz simply endorse the sheriff's finding? Widlak's widow, Ann, asked for another opinion. The stunning conclusion came quickly from the Oakland County Medical Examiner, L.J. Dragovic. He found a bullet fired downward into Widlak's neck, as if execution style had killed him. He also found the actual bullet in Widlak's lung, which Spitz had already removed from the body. Now, that Board of Commissioners hearing on the Widlak case will begin tomorrow, shortly after 10 o'clock. And, of course, Action News will be there. Dinah?
What is the latest on the Widlak murder investigation, Bill?
You know, it's been 2.5 weeks since we have heard from the sheriff's investigators, and so we're under the impression that they're at a standstill, that this case essentially is still waiting for people to come forward to help or some new evidence to come forward to help determine exactly what happened out there next to the water.
All right, thank you, Bill. Well, I know his brother is speaking out.
He is.
David Widlak's brother, Paul Widlak, is speaking out about the results of Spitz's medical exam. We are perplexed. As we know, David spent several very normal, happy days before he disappeared. He was not depressed, so we have no faith in the medical examiner's suggestion that this may be a suicide. We are hopeful that all the agencies working on this investigation will find those responsible for my brother's death. We have to let them do their jobs. And you can count on Action News and WXYZ.com to bring you any new developments in the murder investigation of David Widlak.